All right. So we're doing the gift card and friends glitch daily test. We're going to be gifting this vehicle here. So let's start with what you need. In terms of purchases, you need to, first of all, you need to do this with a friend. Secondly, what I would recommend in terms of settings, so you go to your Blue Interaction menu, you go to Manage Vehicles, you go to Vehicle Preference, and set to friends, crew and friends. Press circle to go back so you don't press it again by accident. Because the person needs to be your friend in PSN anyway, so that's the minimum. Sometimes it doesn't work if you set it to everyone, even if they're your friends. I don't know why. So this allows you, if this doesn't work, then set it to everyone. But first try it as your crew and friends only. Secondly, you're going to need an office. So in your mobile phone, on the game, in-game mobile phone, you go to Money and Services, you go to Dynasty 8 Executive, enter site, and then you go to Offices. And you can select one of 4 offices. Mine's at the Maze Bank Tower because I do a lot of merging, and this is for me the best one. But really up to you. If all you do is gift card or friends glitch, I would probably say don't get the most expensive office. Once you both have an office, make sure both characters have the same exact businesses that I'm going to mention. You go to your office, and in the office is a laptop. And you need to get to the laptop to purchase the next business. So in the office is a laptop. You got to register as a CEO through your Blue Interaction menu.
Good to see you, boss.
And then you head on over to your laptop. When you log in, if it's the first time ever, you're gonna have a bunch of cutscenes, and you might have to do some sort of a resupply mission before you can even go anywhere. But the goal is you need to get to a point where you can find a vehicle cargo. So at this point, you need to get to a point where you can buy the vehicle cargo. Once you buy the vehicle cargo, go to warehouse map, like you saw on the screens. Go back, vehicle cargo, warehouse map. Then this is the one you own, so you want to go to all, top right, look at my screen, and then there's all these other vehicle warehouses. Now you need a buddy to do this, and both of you need a vehicle warehouse, and you got to make sure it's not in the same location. If you both have a vehicle in the same location, this will not work at all. This is one of the things you absolutely need to check first. Now, obviously, you can go to the office to check the vehicle warehouse location. You could have your friends send you a screenshot, have them register as a CEO, and send you a screenshot of where their vehicle warehouse is. It'll look like a little garage with a car in it. So if you go to your map, right now CEO, you'll notice that your vehicle warehouse looks like this. This is the icon. So your friend can send you a screenshot of where theirs is located, and then you can compare to make sure it's not the same one. Alternatively, I believe, if you're not a CEO, it's going to be white. Thing is, you're not going to be able to see where theirs is unless they send you a screenshot. So make sure you don't have the same vehicle warehouse location. Speaking of vehicle warehouse, both of you need to also go to Warsaw Cash and Carry. In here, you're going to notice that there's a bunch of vehicles part of DLCs. The DLC you're looking for is the import-export part of the import-export DLC. And there's 8 vehicles part of that, and only 7 are eligible for this glitch. So the ramp buggy, so you see part of import-export DLC, and the silhouette shows how many passengers can go on the vehicle. You need to have at least 2 passengers. If you have 1 passenger, then it's not eligible. 2 and more needs to be up here on the silhouette besides the vehicles, part of the import-export. So ramp buggy, Phantom Wedge, Technical Aqua, Wastelander, Armored Boxville, Rocket Voltic, Runer 2000 are the 7 of the 8 that are eligible for this glitch. If you have a Blazer Aqua, that's not going to work, so you wasted your money. So again, Ramp Buggy, Phantom Wedge, Technical Aqua, Wastelander, Armored Boxville, Rocket Voltic, Ruiner 2000. Both of you need to have one of those. And then finally, there's 3 more things to know. You need to go to the Maze Bank foreclosures, as you see on the screen here. And then you go to bunkers, top right. And then you need to purchase one of the bunkers. I use mine to grind, so I have selected a tactically placed bunker, but it's really up to you what you select. But you need to have, both of you will need to have one of those. And within the bunker, you go back to Warstock Cash and Carry. Within the bunker, you need to have a mobile operations center, which is the 4th banner in Warsaw Cash and Carry. Small one on the bottom right. On the 4th banner, click on Mobile Operations Center. And when you purchase it, you need to make sure that Bay 3 is personal vehicle storage. If you don't have the option for personal vehicle storage, you need to go to Bay 2 and set it to empty bay, or set it to something that's going to allow you to have a personal vehicle storage in Bay 3. Without that, the glitch will not work. I think one of the lesser known things as well is you need to make sure all your software updates are done. You both need to be on the same software version, because that can cause a lot of issues. Now, there's some vehicle warehouses that are better than others. The ones that you'll see that I'm using are they obviously work. I do this every day. So if you're looking for consistency, if you're struggling and you want to have a solution to replicate exactly, you could just match exactly what I have. Then you literally have exactly my setup. Now, you're also going to need, this is not part of the being able to glitch, but it is part of the process, is you're going to need to have a donor vehicle. The donor vehicle is going to be a vehicle that you don't mind losing. It's going to get fully deleted and replaced by the other vehicle that you're going to be receiving. So the person receiving the vehicle, you need to have a vehicle in the back of your mobile operations center, the MOC, that you're happy to lose. Yes, so there we go. So let's go through the process. From here, the person who is giving goes to their vehicle warehouse, registers as a CEO, gets into the vehicle warehouse, invites the other person into their CEO. Of course, you both need to be in the same session to do that. Inviting someone into your CEO and then into your vehicle warehouse is the most efficient way to do it. It avoids police chases, it avoids gang wars, it avoids kind of anything that's going to impact the glitch. Alright, so you invite the other person into your CEO. Once you're both in the same session, go into the person who's giving goes into the vehicle warehouse. Once the other person has accepted your CEO invite them into the vehicle warehouse. Just takes away any possibility of any kind of gang war. Furthermore, I'd highly recommend invite only and only 2 people doing this at any given point, because the more people, the more community matches, the more things can impact the glitch. Now once the person's back in, you leave the CEO and then you re-register as a CEO. So this is from the giver's perspective. The person who's receiving is going to be right outside the vehicle warehouse. So they go into the blue interaction menu, go to service vehicles, mobile operation center, and then request mobile operation center. They also want to make sure that they go to service vehicles, mobile operation center, and cabin access is everyone, or friends and crew. Now the person who is requesting the mobile operation center, the receiver sends a screenshot to the giver, and the giver goes and grabs the mobile operation center and brings it back to the vehicle warehouse, where they're going to park it somewhere safe, away from traffic and prevent any kind of gang wars or police activity. So this is from the giver's point of view. They go pick up the mobile operation center. They know their vehicle warehouse the best, so it's best for them to bring it back, so they know when to speed, when to take risks, and when to slow down, and where to park the MOC. Once the person who's giving the vehicle brings back the mobile operations center, the receiver will go and check what's in the back. The last thing you want is to have a vehicle in the back that you don't want to get rid of. So you want to make sure you know exactly what's in the back. Hopefully you've already planned this so you have an idea, but sometimes these things are not planned. So you want to double check. Alright, so I'm pretty happy with donating the vehicle that's in the back of the MLC. So the person who's receiving checks what's in the back, leaves the MLC by foot, and walks back in. I like to send an invite to the gifter from here because I'm using 2 consoles, but also because sometimes like you spawn in the middle of the street when you leave the MLC, so at least you're both in the car.
Crooked cops knocking down the door of the warehouse.
Oh no. I have to defend my nightclub. This is the problem. With being a CEO so often. Defend your businesses. these things will happen, so it's fine that it happens now. So just ignore this part. You can go back to the steps if it's the first time. Take out the enemies. Oh, nice. I can use my oppressor. Where's this other guy? Oh, thank goodness. When there's one raid, there's another. Let's get back to it. Alright, so where were we? We were at the point where the person who is receiving the vehicle went to check in their MOC that there was a donor vehicle, a vehicle that's going to get deleted, that they were happy to lose. They went into the MOC, checked that it was there, walked out of the MOC, walked back in. At that point they invited the receiver into the vehicle, into the MOC and into the vehicle. And then drove out of the MOC. And now at this point the gifter will go into the pause menu, which is the map, like you see on your screen there, and the receiver will drive towards the blue circle, and then when they're prompted to press right on the D-pad, they press it once, it kicks out the gifter, and then they have to back away from the blue circle and park the car somewhere away from traffic, away from any kind of conflict. Now at this point the gifter will have to go into their CEO if they're not already registered. As you can see, there's a reason why you don't always want to stay registered as a CEO or an MC because of these raids. And then they invite the other person into their CEO. And then request one of the special vehicles we talked about at the beginning when we're talking about the requirements for this glitch. So the ramp bug is the one I'm using, the vehicle warehouse, part of the import export, that has 2 passengers and more, found at the Warstock cash and carry. Alright, so the gifter opens up their blue interaction menu. You'll know that both are in the CEO when the MLC disappears. The receiver does not open up their blue interaction menu at this point. Now when you hit the garage door, the receiver opens up their blue interaction menu and the gifter gets notified and then press circle to back. This will bring the gifter into the vehicle warehouse and it'll kick the receiver out of the vehicle. At which point the receiver leaves the CEO and then goes through the blue interaction menu, goes secure serve CEO, leaves the CEO. Then in the blue interaction menu goes to Service Vehicles, Mobile Operations Center, Request Mobile Operations Center, and then sends a screenshot of where the Mobile Operations Center has spawned. The gifter goes and picks it up. So this glitch so far is still working, but we haven't glitched out yet, so too early to tell. We've already verified earlier that I have access to the Mobile Operations Center, and I'm also just going to double check that I've, under my vehicle preferences, vehicle access is crew and friends. You can set it to crew and friends, you can set it to friends, or you can set it to everyone. If everyone's not working, try friends and try crew and friends. Remember, you absolutely need to be friends on the PlayStation Network in order for this to work. Alright, so the giver goes and drives the MOC back and parks it in a safe spot. Now the one who's giving the vehicle has to go in the back of the MOC trailer and hide by pressing R1 like this, as you see on your screen. Then the person who's receiving gets in front of the person who's giving but doesn't get into the blue circle. Stays right outside of the blue circle. Presses down on the D-pad, selects a character. Let's go of the D-pad and the right joystick at the same time. And then presses circle. Down, right joystick to a character. Let go at the same time, circle. And do this 3 times. And then enter alone into the blue circle. At which point the person who is giving the vehicle goes to the drop-off spot, as you see on your screen right here. Slowly gonna go zooming in, so you have time to understand where it is on your own console. And that's where I'm gonna drop the vehicle off, near there. I'll show you exactly where once I'm there. Meantime, the person who is receiving the vehicle has a completely black screen, no loading circle, just black. If there's a loading circle, it has not worked and you need to redo it again. I'm getting messages that sometimes it doesn't work at all, full stop. The only thing I could say is because there's 2 people involved, sometimes people think that they have the right settings, so you might want to share screen and check out the other person's settings, and just double, triple, quadruple check all your settings, change your vehicle access to crew and friends, make sure that you have all the software uploads on both consoles. As long as from your end everything is correct, there's not much you can do about what's going on from their end. Oh, now I need to find that car that I was looking for.
You need something, huh? One of your rides? Let
It
me
was
know.
under That's annoying. I think it's this one. Now the persons in the black screen will not leave the black screen until the car is in the right spot. So another reference point is the goalpost here. And you have this apartment here with the numbers. The numbers are very important because it's near that you're going to drop the vehicle off. In my case, because I had to do that whole defending my business, I lost track of where the car was, so I need to find it through a mechanic.
What you want? Some wheels?
And now there's a cooling off period, of course. You guys have any questions, comments at the moment?
I'll get there as soon as I can. Okay, I got stuff to do.
So just to make it easier for the person who's receiving the vehicle, I like to bring the vehicle over in front of those numbers that I was mentioning earlier, in front of that apartment. There's a lot of traffic, you could put it on the grass. There you go, so you drop it there. Now at this point you tell the person, hey, you can go and get it, so they just press down on the D-pad and then try to remember which character they selected with the right joystick. Let go of both buttons and press circle to quit the story mode, and then walk towards the car, press triangle to get into the vehicle. Once they've done that, they'll spawn into their MOC, at which point they want to drive out of their MOC and drive back in to save the vehicle. Doing this back to back, you get an invite back into the MOC from the other player. So you know that and then you restart the process from the point where you get a donor vehicle. So here we go. We'll show you that this indeed, the player has indeed received the vehicle. You go to, so Layson is asking how to unlock police cars. From my understanding, you need to go to Warstock Cash and Carry, go to the police car you're referring to. And in there, when you try to buy it, it's going to tell you what mission you need to do to unlock it. They're all different. Alright, so I'm going to drive this over to my garage. And then we're going to switch places. I'm going to be receiving a vehicle. Oh, of course. Yes, I know why. Layson's saying that when he goes to the LS car meet, he can't buy it. So your first question was, how do you unlock it, right? So the only reason it's locked is because you can't buy it. And I said to you, you go to Warstock Cash and Carry. You try to buy it, and it's going to tell you can't because you got to do a mission. The mission that you have to do is so that you can unlock to buy it. It doesn't matter where you buy it, whether it's LS Car Meet or at the Warstock Cash and Carry, you still need to do the mission to unlock it, to buy it. To do that a few times myself. Layson, sorry, I think I call you Larson. Alright, so now we're going to receive a vehicle. Actually, we're going to have to transfer another vehicle and then receive one. I don't know, mate. Listen, I'm not playing on your console, so I don't know what you're talking about. So it's not every, like, yeah, I'm not going to go into a debate about that because it could be a number of possibilities. The only thing I could say is, so Layson's saying that he's able to buy it at the Warstock Cash and Carry, but not at LS Car Meet, which is not possible unless he's trying to buy two different cars. So there's different police car types, and once they're unlocked,